So I had a alternative location in mind, or different location to where I am at the moment to shoot what I'm trying to shoot here today. But when I got nearer that location, I could see that the weather was just not going to be right. And that's New Zealand weather for you anyway, because you just never count on it being exactly as forecast. So when you're shooting time lapse or photography in general, you really got to be totally adaptable, totally flexible, and just be prepared to change your plans at the last minute. Now, what I basically do is when I go out, I have about 2 or 3 options in mind in the general area where I'm going, so that if I need to do something else, at least I've kind of prepared and set up for it. I've just got to think how I'm going to set this one up, because this tree in the back here, which is one of my favourite locations to shoot, one of my favourite props to have in the foreground. Got to think about how I can line that up with the Milky Way tonight, because the Milky Way is rising kind of up here, and it's going to come up in the sky and it's going to spin right around and come back down here. So it'd be nice to be able to slide past the tree and pan the camera up and around as it moves past the tree, so keep the tree kind of in the frame, but also keep the Milky Way in the frame. So that's the challenge. It's a 3-axis shoot this time, so 3 axes of motion, so slide, pan and tilt. Yeah, it's another holy grail time lapse, so it's going to go through sunset, through the night and through sunrise. And the idea is that sort of start with a pan with not with a slide with not much tilt, but not much pan, sorry, but quite a bit of tilt. So it's going to tilt up into the sky. It's going to slide along, and it's going to kind of wait for the Milky Way to come out around here, and it's going to come up around here. So by the time we get to about the midpoint, the Milky Way should be above the mountain up here. Once it's at that midpoint, it's going to be shooting high into the sky to try and track the Milky Way a bit, and also getting this tree in the foreground. And then it's going to come right around to the western horizon when it gets right down that end of the rail there, and be shooting back this way, up quite high, but panning back down for the sunrise, just to capture the sort of sun on the tops of these trees around here and the Milky Way as it comes down. Kind of not how I visualized it. I really need twice the slide length to really, I guess, do what I was trying to do. I didn't think I'd need that much, but and that's a really long move, so that would need really long cables. Maybe that's something to aim for, a future goal. It's nice to get that setup all going, and just going to sit around and just relax a little bit. Been racing around to this location. This wasn't the location that I was originally going to come to here, so I had to change my plans just because the weather wasn't quite right at the other location. So that's going to be a 3001, so it's 3350 frame shoot. It started at about 4:15. Sunset's at 5, so it had about 3/4 of an hour until the sun properly goes down. Not sure whether it's going to stay fine all night. It is forecast to be pretty much clear skies all night, but you never know what you're going to get. It's pretty cool that there's this little, these wispy sort of horsetail type high clouds around, and if they're going to hang around here for the sunset, they'll be cool because they'll capture some of that really nice sunset colour. Probably won't be able to pick it up in this video, but I can hear quite strong bird life around here. I can hear lots of bellbirds and tuis, which is a cool sound. Good to know that seems to be a stronghold of bird life around here. I shot a time lapse here a little while back in this tree. Overnight, a New Zealand native owl came and roosted in the tree and was just kind of moving around the tree from branch to branch, and the time lapse was really, really awesome to see. The ruru, the native owl, ruru. Don't often see them. They're nocturnal birds. On that occasion I had some soft LED light and just shining on the tree as a subject, just to light the tree up, just a really dim light. That light was possibly enough to attract insects and moths and that sort of thing, so I guess it's possible the ruru might have been attracted for that reason. I've got no idea how that's going to turn out. It was beautifully blue, clear skies when I arrived here. Got the time lapse going, and just as I leave, the whole sky is basically clouded in. There's still some cool light out to the west out here, so if the sun gets below the cloud, it might help burn that off at sunset. I'm hoping for this cloud to just lift and dissipate as the night goes on. It's a little bit demoralizing when that happens, when you get something set up, everything's looking pretty awesome, and then all of a sudden the weather changes. Good morning everyone. I don't know what happened here last night. I just got back to my setup. Skies are all clear now. I'm not sure how much of the night was like that. Just waiting for the sun to come up this morning. It's a bit chilly here because the wind is increasing. So it's a bit of a wind chill factor now. But, just waiting for some sun to warm things up and just finish off the time lapse with some nice sort of golden light on the landscape. Finally the sun has arrived, and very welcomed. It's nice to have some sun on the body and warm the bones up. And yeah, so this is what I wanted. So I wanted the warm sunlight on that tree just to finish things off. I've actually ended up doing about 3,700 frames, so it's taken a while for the sun to come up this morning at the 6-second interval in daylight. Obviously the frames go pretty fast. Well, that concludes this shoot. Just about to pack everything up and head home and download and just see exactly what I've got. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the content. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell if you want to get notifications when I post something new, and you can follow along. Thanks again. Catch you in the next video. Well, this wind's getting up, so the weather's changing. I think we've got a bit of a storm coming in, so maybe the first signs of that. Good time to be leaving.